Round Baler monitor operations. In the center of the monitor is the 3 bar graphs representing the shape sensors of the baler. The upper right hand number 68 is the indication of what size bale we want full to be, and that is changeable with the scroll wheel. Below that we have our twine or mesh settings. We can scroll on that and go from auto twine, twine, auto mesh, or just mesh. Then below that we have our kicker, either automatically engaged or manually through the monitor. The summation screen shows how many bales we have baled on the current counter that we have running, and then the baler indicates whether we are baling, where the tailgate and the kicker are at in relation. This is the main screen. So the top right button is the cycle start, to manually start a cycle of tying a bale. Below that we have our mesh settings or twine settings depending on what we are selected on. We can come in here and change our mesh settings. Then we have our baler settings, whether we want the auto kicker engaged or not, how long we want it to start a delay after we've reached a full bale, what our alarm is going to be before we get to a full bale, and our sensitivity of our sensors. On the second page we have where we can engage the clutch, whether tailgate down or tailgate coming down, and also if we want the monitor to beep at us when the clutch engages and we're ready to drive. The button that looks like a hand is the manual button. If we press it, we can go in and manually put on twine, manually cut the twine, manually put on mesh, manually cut the mesh, or go to the second page and manually raise and lower the tailgate, or manually raise and lower the kicker. We can also manually engage the clutch with this top right button. The wrench or service screen has all of our switches that are used on the baler and what condition they are in. Voltage readout for all of our sensors on the baler and where they are at in relation. This is where we can configure the monitor to the baler or make changes to the baler setup in the monitor. And then an alarm log. On the second page of the service screen is where we will get to our calibrations. The upper right one is our shape sensitivity calibration. Then we have our size calibration. Then our threader calibration. We have our twine feed test and our mesh feed test. On the second page of the main work screen, you will find the summaries, baler summary and individual summaries. So here we have individual field summaries, and we can get lifetime summary of the baler here. Below that is our service intervals. It shows the hours of the baler and what service is up and when.